Have you ever thought that with just two natural, easy-to-find, and inexpensive ingredients, you could improve blood circulation, support heart function, and even restore vitality sustainably after turning 60? You might be surprised to learn that L-Arginine, an amino acid your body uses to produce nitric oxide, and Beetroot, which is rich in natural dietary nitrates, are now being recognized by many cardiologists and endocrinologists as the ideal circulatory support duo for seniors. While most men turn to expensive sexual enhancement drugs or temporary solutions, these two components have the potential to tackle the root cause. By enhancing blood vessel dilation and increasing oxygen supply to vital organs, especially the lower pelvic region. According to clinical data published by the U.S. National Heart Institute, when used in the right dosage, L-arginine combined with beet-derived nitrates can improve peripheral blood flow by up to 20%, help stabilize blood pressure, improve sleep, and be especially beneficial for men facing declining sexual function due to poor circulation. And in today's video, Dr. Samuel Grant will walk you through every step of this natural protocol, from how each ingredient works to how to combine them effectively, and especially what safety tips to keep in mind when applying this at home, particularly for those over 60. In the first part, I'll explain clearly why nitric oxide, a molecule critical for vascular health, declines significantly with age, and why supplementing with L-arginine properly can be one of the simplest yet most effective ways to help unblock your bloodstream naturally. But before we begin, I want to take a moment to connect with you. Where are you watching this video from? Please leave a greeting in the comment section below. I'd be honored to accompany you on this journey to taking charge of your health in your golden years. And if this is your first time visiting the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss upcoming videos on circulation, hormones, and senior quality of life. Now let's move into the first section. Ingredient 1, L-arginine, the biological key to boost circulation for men over 60. Many men who turn 60 share a very similar feeling with me. Their bodies seem to be slowing down little by little. Each morning feels like a battle against fatigue. Legs feel stiff the moment they hit the floor. Breathing shortens after just a few steps. And then, even the private moments that once gave life its meaning gradually become distant. The alarming part is these changes don't come suddenly. They silently wear down a man's strength and vitality as the body's blood circulation weakens, without him even realizing it. One of the hidden culprits behind this is the decline of nitric oxide, a molecule that plays a crucial role in allowing blood vessels to relax so blood can flow more easily. When we're young, the body produces enough nitric oxide thanks to a natural amino acid called L-arginine. But after 50, the body's ability to synthesize L-arginine declines, causing nitric oxide levels to fall. As a result, blood vessels lose their flexibility. Blood flow slows, starving organs of oxygen and nutrients, from the brain and heart to the sensitive regions tied to male intimacy. That's why supplementing with L-arginine properly at this stage is like adding fuel to an engine that's been running dry. Once nitric oxide levels are restored, blood vessels begin to reopen, circulation improves, and critical tissues, like the heart, brain, and pelvic area, receive the vital energy they've been lacking. Many of my patients have reported that after just a few weeks of taking L-arginine and making small lifestyle adjustments, they clearly felt a shift from within. Lighter bodies, clearer minds, and slowly, a rekindled bedroom life. I still remember one special case, Mr. Thomas, 73 years old, who came into my clinic with a deeply troubled face. He said something I'll never forget. "Dr. Grant, I no longer recognize myself. I've lost all drive, I don't feel alive anymore." We started with the basics: daily L-arginine supplementation, better sleep, and gentle movement. Just a few weeks later, he returned with a very different smile and said softly, "I can feel the blood flowing in me again, not just in my heart, but in the part of me I thought had gone silent forever." However, I always emphasize this. L-arginine plays a vital role, but it's not the whole solution. Just like a machine needs lubricant to run smoothly, L-arginine needs a biological partner to optimize its effects on circulation. And surprisingly, that partner comes from a familiar root, beetroot. In the next section, we'll explore why beets, beyond their traditional role as a blood-supporting food, are now being seen as a biological catalyst that can aid vascular health and reactivate your circulation in a natural, sustainable, and safer way than you might expect. My friend, if you're still watching this video up to this point, I'm truly glad, because it shows that you care about your health. Please type the number 1 in the comments below to let me know that you're still here with me. Ingredient 2. Beetroot, the second powerhouse for supporting blood flow in older adults. When it comes to boosting circulation, many people immediately think of vasodilator medications or complex dietary supplements. But in reality, there's a natural, familiar, and often overlooked ingredient that holds surprisingly powerful biological effects, and that is beetroot. Beetroot is one of the rare foods rich in natural dietary nitrates, a biological precursor that can be converted into nitric oxide once inside the body. While L-Arginine provides the internal raw material for this process, the nitrates in beetroot follow a different pathway through the salivary glands and digestive tract, allowing the body to receive nitric oxide from external sources, making up for the age-related decline in internal production. That's exactly why beetroot is considered an extremely effective parallel support for vascular health in seniors. I once worked with a patient named Mr. Douglas, 68 years old, who had been living with high blood pressure for many years. He frequently experienced a heavy head, cold feet, and shallow sleep. After I suggested that he try diluted beetroot juice in the morning, it wasn't long before he returned with noticeable improvements. His mild headaches had nearly disappeared, his feet no longer felt frozen when the weather turned cold, and he shared that his sleep had become much easier. What's remarkable is, he hadn't taken any new medications. The natural nitrates from beetroot played a key role in supporting his circulation. And it doesn't stop there. In addition to its nitric oxide boosting properties, beetroot also contains powerful antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that help protect the endothelial lining of blood vessels from damage and degradation, something older bodies are especially vulnerable to due to natural aging. This is a perfect combination. Not only does it expand blood flow, but it also protects the pipeline that delivers nutrients, creating the ideal conditions to nourish the heart, brain, and sexual organs. What's more impressive is that when L-Arginine and beetroot are integrated into the same nutritional protocol in the right way, the body experiences a biological synergy. On one hand, L-Arginine stimulates the internal production of nitric oxide. On the other, beetroot provides an external nitrate supply. These two mechanisms complement each other, like two different keys opening the same door, allowing blood to not only flow more freely but maintain stable circulation from your head to your limbs and even to those areas that haven't been properly nourished for a long time. However, the most important factor lies in how you combine them. Using them at the wrong time, in the wrong dose, or blending them hastily without understanding the mechanisms can easily hinder their effectiveness. That's why in the next part, I'll show you exactly how to combine L-Arginine and beetroot at the right time, in the right proportion, to help awaken your blood flow scientifically, safely, and sustainably, even after you've passed 60. Part 2, Timing is Everything, Unlocking Natural Circulation for Men After 60. Many men, after hearing about the powerful duo of L-Arginine and beetroot, immediately rush to try it, only to feel disappointed after a few days when nothing noticeable happens. But the disappointment doesn't stem from the method being ineffective. It's because the approach is often rushed, impatient, or mistimed, preventing the body from properly receiving and converting the nutrients. I often compare the aging body to a long parched field. If you pour a large amount of water all at once, the soil can't absorb it, it simply runs off. But if you water it at the right moment, when the soil is just moist enough, the water will gradually seep deep down to the roots. Similarly, if you take L-Arginine and beetroot consistently and in sync with the body's biological rhythm, the benefits will build gradually, but steadily. For L-Arginine, the optimal time for absorption is when the stomach is not distracted by digestion, typically early in the morning upon waking or about an hour before bedtime. At these times, your internal enzymes are more stable. The conversion into nitric oxide happens more efficiently, and your body can utilize this compound to dilate blood vessels naturally without burdening the liver or kidneys. As for beetroot, the easiest form to consume is in diluted juice. Morning is the golden window, when the digestive system is still empty, the salivary glands are highly active, and the nitrates from beetroot can be converted into nitric oxide with ease. To enhance absorption, you can add a few drops of lemon juice or a slice of fresh ginger. Both ingredients gently boost circulation and remain senior-friendly. But the most crucial point is to stay consistent. Many men make the mistake of trying it for a few days and expecting a dramatic result. But blood flow that has slowed for years takes time to reopen. If you maintain this duo for at least 10 to 14 days, the body will gradually adjust and begin sending clear signals. Feet no longer cold in the morning, deeper sleep, and most surprisingly, those impossible morning moments you thought you'd never feel again. Still, no matter how encouraging the results, they need to be sustained. And to do that, you must understand how to use this combination not only effectively, but also safely over the long term. Because true recovery is not just about reactivating blood flow, it's about maintaining stable circulation and vitality throughout your senior years. That's why in the next section, I'll guide you step by step on how to use this powerful duo in a scientifically sound, age-appropriate way, avoiding common mistakes and maximizing long-lasting results. If you're still watching at this point, thank you for staying with me. I truly appreciate it. Please leave a number 2 in the comment section so I know I'm not speaking alone. Part 3. Safe and effective usage. Help this duo deliver real results. When starting any natural remedy, the key is not how much you take, but how you take it, in a way that matches your body and its biological rhythm. With L-Arginine and Beetroot, the combination of knowledge and patience is what creates real results, not urgency or a more is better mindset. First, with L-Arginine, the ideal daily dose for seniors is typically between 1,000 to 2,000 mg, split into 1 or 2 servings. The best time to take it is when the stomach is relatively empty, such as after waking up in the morning or around 1 hour before bedtime. At these moments, your body's enzymes function smoothly and aren't competing with food for absorption, making the conversion into nitric oxide more complete. If you have underlying conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, or are taking vascular medications, don't start on your own. Consult your specialist to ensure safety. With beetroot, the easiest approach is to juice it into a diluted drink. About 100 ml per serving is sufficient, best taken in the morning, 15 to 20 minutes before a light meal. This is when your body is clean after overnight rest, and the nitrate conversion via the salivary glands is most active. Some men find beetroot's flavor too strong. If so, you can add a few drops of lemon or dilute it more for better taste while preserving effectiveness. Also, it's not necessary to take both every single day without break. In fact, I often advise patients to rotate smartly to avoid tolerance buildup. For example, use L-Arginine daily, while beetroot juice can be taken every other day 3 to 4 times per week, just enough to create synergy without overwhelming the digestive system. For men with compromised liver or kidney function or those managing electrolyte imbalances, it's critical to start with low doses and monitor the body's reaction carefully. And remember, biological changes require time. Don't expect results in just a few days. But if you stay consistent for about 10 to 14 days, your body will begin to adapt and send clear signals. Warmer hands, stronger footing, deeper sleep, sharper focus, and most importantly, a quiet yet unmistakable return of sexual vitality. Not powered by heavy drugs, but by the natural raw materials your body has always needed, only now delivered at the right time in the right way. And the most valuable part is, by choosing this path, you're actively reclaiming your health naturally, instead of depending on medications. But for life after 60 to be more than just blood circulation, for it to be a true revival of strength, emotion, and connection, there's one more thing you need. Part 4. Maintaining results, the decisive step to keep blood flow from returning to the starting line. There's one thing I often repeat to my older patients. The initial improvements are always a promising signal, but making sure those changes don't fade away is what truly matters. Because after the age of 60, the body no longer has the ability to recover as quickly as when we were young. A bit of carelessness, a brief moment of neglect, can make everything you've built become fragile and slip away easily. I've met many gentlemen who started this journey with great enthusiasm. They took L-Arginine regularly, added beetroot to their meals, and just after a few weeks they noticed better sleep, warmer feet, and a sense of excitement returning. But then, as soon as they felt their body had stabilized, they stopped, thinking that was enough. And sadly, just a few weeks later, the old symptoms quietly returned, this time even harder to recover from than before. The body, especially after 60, is no longer as adaptable as it once was. It's like a machine that needs to be restarted every day. If you neglect it even for a short time, the regulatory functions, from circulation to hormones, will fall into a dormant state once again. That's why maintaining consistent dosage and frequency of circulation-supporting nutrients is not just supplementation, but a life-saving commitment to long-term health. The good news is, you don't have to do anything big or complicated. Sometimes just having a fixed routine, for example, taking L-Arginine at 2 optimal times a day, maintaining beetroot juice on alternating mornings throughout the week, is enough to keep the blood flowing steadily. Not because the body needs a high dose, but because the body needs consistency. In addition, a healthy lifestyle is the solid foundation that helps preserve lasting effects. Going to bed on time, reducing salt intake, moderate exercise, avoiding prolonged stress. All these seemingly simple things are the crucial links that keep the lifeline within you from being interrupted. When they work in harmony, you'll feel a silent but persistent flow of vitality. Each morning you wake up is a day with a reason to live fully. And if at this point you're wondering, I've done everything right, but is there a way to push the results even further? Is it possible to not only feel healthy, but return to a state of energy and confidence like in my youth? The answer is yes. But you need one more element, a natural ingredient that helps enhance endogenous testosterone, the hormone associated with strength, emotion, and physiological response. In the next part, I'll share with you one of the food secrets I trust and often recommend, gentle, safe, yet delivering an unexpected boost for men over 60. Part 5. Boosting circulation with foods that support natural testosterone. Many people still carry the belief that in order to restore vitality in middle age, there are only two choices. Either take medication or spend a lot on supplements. But through my journey with hundreds of older patients, I've realized a simple yet profound truth. The familiar foods in your kitchen every day are the real, lasting foundation, with fewer risks and truly effective, especially when combined correctly with circulation-enhancing methods like L-Arginine and beetroot. One of the keys for the body to naturally produce testosterone is having enough raw materials like good cholesterol, vitamin D, and especially choline, essential elements for the adrenal glands and testes to synthesize hormones naturally. Without this foundation, even the best circulation strategies can't fully deliver results, because hormones are the switch that activates many physiological processes related to blood, muscle, and the nervous system. Among natural foods that support this process, I especially value boiled eggs, a simple dish, easy to digest, yet rich in biological value. Eggs provide good cholesterol in a balanced way that doesn't burden the body when consumed moderately. Beyond that, the choline in the yolk supports neural transmission, enhances reflex sensitivity and perception, particularly important for older adults showing signs of declining vitality. I once consulted a patient named Mr. Bernard, 65 years old, who had tried many functional supplement products but only saw temporary effects. When I suggested he simplify his diet, using L-Arginine and beetroot combined with 1-2 boiled eggs per day while reducing fast-absorbing carbohydrates, after just over 2 weeks, he came back with an uplifted spirit and said, I feel like my brain is clearer, my body stronger, and my wife noticed the difference too. Of course, not everyone can eat eggs freely. For those with a history of lipid disorders or heart disease, supplementation should be considered carefully. But for most older adults with stable health markers, adding 1 to 2 boiled eggs to the daily meal is a simple yet effective step to consistently stimulate testosterone without needing hormone interventions. However, the effectiveness of food doesn't just depend on the ingredients. It's also tied to the timing of consumption. Evening is the golden window when the body enters a phase of regeneration and recovery. If you know how to combine things at the right time, your body will make optimal use of those nutrients. And that's why in the next part, I will share with you the most important nighttime habits that help support male hormones. Not with drugs, not with aggressive therapies, but simply by creating the right conditions for your body to rebalance itself from within. Part 6. Nighttime is the golden hour, helping the body recover and regenerate testosterone naturally. Many men have already understood the importance of nutrition in supporting testosterone. However, what not everyone realizes is that when you eat, what state your body is in at the time, and how you've prepared beforehand. Those are the key factors that determine whether your body can actually absorb and metabolize those nutrients effectively. Based on clinical experience, I've found that the period between 8 and 9 p.m. is one of the most biologically ideal times for the body to enter its resting and recovery phase. This is when the biological rhythm begins to slow down, the nervous system eases tension, and endogenous hormones, especially testosterone, can be produced more robustly if the right conditions are created. A light meal at this time, rich in easily digestible protein like steamed fish or boiled eggs, combined with a relaxed, quiet space, will help the body process and use that nutrition in accordance with its physiological purpose. However, eating alone is not enough. The body needs to be guided into a state ready for recovery, and it's precisely the small nighttime habits, like taking a warm bath for about 15-20 minutes or practicing a few minutes of deep breathing before bed, that can make a significant difference. Warming the body helps dilate blood vessels, lower heart rate, and regulate internal temperature, key signals to stimulate the pituitary gland and endocrine axis. Meanwhile, light meditation or breathing relaxation helps reduce cortisol, the stress hormone that can suppress testosterone production. The result is that the body enters a deeper sleep and more effectively regenerates hormones without needing any external intervention. I've guided many patients to simply adjust their dinner time, change pre-sleep habits, and avoid blue light from electronic devices after 9 p.m. And the results they achieved even surprised themselves. Their health improved not just physically, but also emotionally, mentally, and in their intimate life with their partner. But ultimately, what I want to emphasize is this. Male vitality isn't just about hormones or blood flow, but more profoundly, a man's journey to reclaim his strength, his connection, and his self-respect. When we were young, we rarely thought about how blood circulated, because it just did. But when age starts catching up, every heartbeat, every breath, every interrupted night of sleep is a reminder that the body needs your attention again. My friend, I've met many gentlemen who seemed like their vitality had faded, but through very small changes. A glass of beetroot juice every morning, one timely L-Arginine capsule, a daily walking habit, they found themselves again. No need for strong drugs, no need for surgery, no need for any flashy advertisement, just a bit of knowledge, a bit of consistency, and a belief that the body can still recover if you give it the right conditions. Because true vitality does not lie in muscles or sexual prowess, but in the feeling that each morning you still have a goal to pursue, still have someone to love, and still have the ability to live true to your powerful and authentic self. If what I've shared in today's video resonates with you, please don't let it be just another fleeting piece of information. Start with one small change, consistent and gentle, and you'll be surprised how strongly your body responds after just a few weeks. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with your loved ones, your friends, those who are also walking the path to healthy living after 60. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the upcoming videos I Dr. Samuel Grant will continue to create with the hope of walking beside you not only in restoring your health, but also in reclaiming a life of strength, fulfillment, and inspiration. Thank you for staying until the very end. And if you are ready to change, know that your body is also waiting, ready to change with you in the most natural, healthiest, and most honorable way possible. See you again on the next journey.